But like Thanos told him, he should have went for the head, snapping his fingers. But what happens when all of the Avengers link back up together to fight this threat? I guess I'ma have to tell y'all. So Thanos in retirement just trying to enjoy his delicious school cafeteria lunch he just made when the Avengers showed up with no manners at all, blasting him back, but he uses the gauntlet to block and Captain Marvel tackles him. They still thinking Thanos got the stones and it's finna AO and tail this whole sequence, so they don't even let him get the chance to get it off. Captain Marvel spins around Thanos, choking him with her foot on a gauntlet so he can't close it, and out of the fire and ash, someone is coming out and we can't see, so I'ma just take a guess. Hulk? But nah, I was wrong. Wrong Hulk on fire, as Hulkbuster breaks through the bottom, grabbing the gauntlet, and War Machine comes in, grabbing the other hand. But Thanos been hanging the death of Thor's people and his brother over his head for mad long, and he's on BT, flying in, cutting off Thanos' left arm with no hesitation. Got him out here rocking Bethany Hamilton. But here's the thing, when Rocket flips over the gauntlet, he sees that the stones aren't there anymore. He used the stones to destroy the stones, so Cap starts pressing him. Where are they? I've seen the future. Thor definitely ate them. But we all know Thor and Hulk friendship. It's like having a big brother. Nobody can beat you up besides me, face ass. As Hulk pushes Thanos to the ground, decking his shit. Man, this nigga lying. My father may be a lot of things. Balding, has a nutsack for a chin, but a liar he is not. Thanos starts reminiscing on how he was a terrible father to Nebula, and Thor having daddy, mommy, brother, and sister issues like, let's cut out all that family talk. Chopping Thanos' entire head off, showing us that he truly went for the head now. So 5 years later and the entire world has moved on without the people who got blipped. But one of the people who got miscounted in the blip was Scott Lang, the only man who could miraculously turn into French Montana album sales. If y'all remember from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Scott got stuck in a quantum realm. So all of the 5 people who saw that movie know what I'm talking about. And so the Avengers plan a time heist to find the Infinity Stones and snap everyone that got blipped back to the present. So to do this, they of course go to the only man who could pull this off, Tony Stark. But here's the thing, Tony done settled down. He traded in the hammer for a fucking baby bottle. So of course he's like,
no.
But the PTSD he done had over losing Peter Parker been busting his ass, so he eventually figures out time travel, and the Avengers set out to go get the stones and bring everyone back. So the space, mind, and time stone are all in New York, and Asgard hosts the reality stone, and Morag and Vormir host the power and soul stone. Now originally I was gonna cover the part about them getting the stones, as epic as the Cap vs Cap fight is. That whole thing is just too long, like Rod Wave Belly. But I will tell y'all what happened to Black Widow for the soul stone. Yeah, that's it. RIP her though, man. What would we ever do without her combo of pistols and karate? She can't be replaced. Meanwhile, all of this is going on because our Nebula and 2014 Nebula are in the same timeline. They able to see the Avengers looking for the stones, and Thanos being Thanos isn't going to let that slide. Because when we cut back, Hulk snaps his finger to bring back the blipped, and it actually worked. The stones brung everyone back, but before they can even celebrate and take a breather, Thanos pulled up with that chopper, booming the entire Avengers base in seconds, turned this bitch upside down.
A few moments later.
So the Avengers big 3 pull up on Thanos, and he's sitting there posted, ready for them to bring him the stones. And Thor big ass been waiting for this moment since Thanos was treating his brother like an NBA trophy and snapped his neck. So he calls him Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, getting ready to do Thanos like Mojo Jojo. But when they walk down there, bro hasn't even moved an inch, and that should have been red flag number 2. Ain't nothing about this fight gonna be easy. Thanos starts walking around, putting back on his swag and telling them how that shit they just did don't matter at all. He just gonna do that Rick Ross method.
Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know.
And make them forget this time. But the big 3 wasn't gonna go out like Shannon Sharp date, as Iron Man jumps in, gets blocked, and Thanos blocks Cap's shield, weaving, bopping Cap away, and kicks Thor. The Avengers, knowing that fighting him 1v1 won't work, so they try to combo up, going back to back like Kobe and Shaq, as Iron Man comes down and Thor uses his lightning to charge him up, blasting Thanos back, but uses his blade as a huge fan, pushing it back at them. But Thor was like,
you know what? Here go 2 more for y'all.
Hitting Mjolnir with Stormbreaker, but Thanos picks up Iron Man, using him to block, sending him flying, eventually getting laid out. And Cap, being on some fuck the big 3, it's just big me shit, actually gets a hit off, but gets his shit sat right back down. Annual ass whoopings is nuts, bro. So meanwhile, Cap taking the greatest nap he's had since the ice. Thanos throws his sword at Thor, and he slides under, going in with Stormbreaker, but gets blocked, throwing away the sword. But niggas be fake demons. All that bring me Thanos and rage building up for 5 years just to get treated like a side character. As Thanos moves Stormbreaker, grabbing him and picking him up like Simba from Lion King, spinning and throwing him at some fresh bark. But Thanos wasn't done, telling him,
"Shut the fuck up, nigga, and watch this goddamn combo."
Decking him twice, throwing him away, and he lands on a rock. I can't even sit up here in good faith and act like they didn't do my guy Thor wrong here. He went from a literal god to trying to become a fucking Fortnite pro, so it's clear that he's way out of his prime. Thanos kicks him in the right, and while he's dazed, barely in his right mind, is able to call Stormbreaker, but Thanos grabs it, trying to split him like butter. Meanwhile, all of this is going on for no reason at all. Mjolnir starts lifting, and even as an Iron Man fanboy, this at the theaters had 16-year-old me geeked, because his Thor is about to get bust like a grape out of nowhere. Thanos gets hit with Mjolnir, and it flies back to none other than Captain America. But y'all remember when all the Avengers tried to lift Mjolnir to see if they were worthy, and when Cap did it, he lifted it by an inch? Well, Thor knew he was worthy in that moment and simply said that out loud and got the shit kicked out of him for it. Damn, a nigga can't congratulate his homie in peace? Cap immediately runs in, no talking or nothing, rocking Thanos, sending him flying back. The hit being so crazy knocked the swag off that nigga, and Cap proceeds to start doing shield and Mjolnir combos, using the shield as a distraction, throwing it off the shield, getting hit with a sonic boom, dropping Thanos to his knees. Thanos over here looking confused, but Cap like,
definitely concerns me a little bit, you know what I mean? But you know, I packed that thing too.
Running in, knee to the chest, and they start circling around each other until Cap hits him in the knee and an uppercut with the shield, right in the backhand. Got spit particles flying out Thanos' mouth. And Cap starts showing us how truly deep his bag is now, busting out fucking Mortal Kombat finishers, hitting him twice with the shield, and uses Mjolnir to summon lightning, blasting Thanos back down to the ground. But even though right now Thanos can give us an accurate description of what Cap's shield tastes like, Cap is like, nah.
That's not enough.
Calling in more lightning, blast him, got him on the ground, tweaking like a nigga going through withdrawals. But with the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the line, Cap sells, going in for the finisher, but Thanos weaves, getting back up, choke slamming him. But y'all know how in the movies they always tell the main character not to fight with hate? Well, that's the exact opposite of what Thanos does, ripping off his own swag and goes over 10 on every hit. Can't even say my son putting up Thor days. But Cap blocks, getting sliced in the leg, blocking Thanos rocks his shit, sending him and Mjolnir flying. It must have hurt his pride losing to a nigga on steroids. Don't worry, you not alone. DC knows that feeling all too well, because he starts moving off pure rage, turning Cap's shield into a cookie after Rod Wave gets done with it, hitting Cap to his knees. But Thanos said, I think we ain't done yet, and backhanded him far away to later rest with Fetty Wap music career. And meanwhile, Cap is struggling to get up, hitting the Rock Lee. Everybody else is slumped, and Thanos just starts talking mad shit. You thought what Future Me did was bad? Ooh-wee. Watch this, as Thanos calls in the Black Order, Outriders, and thousands of Chitauri soldiers. Listen, I'm all for rooting for the underdog, you know? I'm cheering with my guy Fly reacts in any basketball situation, and against Black Boy Max in any hygiene contest. But all of this for a nigga on steroids? Nah, bruh. But like I said, I'm an Iron Man fan. I was in front of my TV raging at him and Bucky jumping the hell out of Tony. But man, when Cap walked up to face off with Thanos and the entire army, while Cap is walking over to the army to get no dipped in like 2 seconds, Cap starts getting elite callouts over comms from Sam. Cap, do you read me? Peggy says she gonna put it on you if we win tonight, but Cap can't believe what he's hearing. As far as he knows, everybody else is moonwalking with Michael Jackson. On your left, Cap. As Black Panther comes from out the portal and every other Avenger that got snapped away, the Guardians pulling up with Spider-Man and a bunch of other characters who average a good 2 minutes of screen time. But meanwhile, all of this is going on. It took for everyone else to pull up for the big three to wake up from their delicious plate of rocks and gravel to join the fight. And nothing I could ever say could live up to the hype of this moment, so I'ma just shut up and let Cap say the line.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see. Been sitting through movies like Captain Marvel and Thor 2 for this moment right here. All of the Avengers and Thanos goons all pull up to meet in the middle.
And here we go.
Cull Obsidian getting his shit rocked by Mjolnir, Thor wiping out a bunch of NPCs, and just because I know these characters are only gonna sniff a Kais and that height amount of screen time, I gotta show them some love too. Wasp comes in kicking bro, and Hulk slams the carrier down, and Ant-Man drops the carrier, wiping out at least 100 of Thanos' goons alone. Meanwhile, all of this is going on. Rescue starts moving like a motherfucker who just got their first pull. Why you up and on granny, bro? Blasting these Star Wars looking ships, and Iron Man comes in blasting everything, showing us why they really relationship goals. Meanwhile, Cap and Thor fighting for attention on the battlefield. Cap bopping one and Thor getting a triple collapse, and Cap drops bro to his knees. Chill, twin, you gonna get boycotted from the league for that, as Thor slaps one of the Outriders away. But Thor be moving like a big brother at all times, especially when you have one as weak as Loki. No, give me that. You take the old one, twin. But listen, we all know Spider-Man, he gotta make his entrance one of one every time, as Iron Man comes down blasting the Outriders, coming down blasting 3 away. He didn't even peep the flank. Cull Obsidian out here moving like a mother bear. Those gotta be his chopped kids. Hitting Iron Man with the backhand into a delicious plate of rubble. But Iron Man gets up beaming him, but just as he's about to stab him, Spider-Man grabs him, throwing him on his back, and Ant-Man stomps on him, squishing him like a bug. Keep in mind, Iron Man hasn't seen him in over 5 years, but for Spider-Man, it was only a brief moment.
Nigga, you gay.
We cut back at Star-Lord blasting all of the Chitauri, but gets grabbed, shoots bro off, kicking one in a block. They start whooping him though. Star-Lord is clearly just a title because this Lord is looking very mortal right now, getting hit with the right, and right as bro is about to call GG on him, gets saved by none other than Gamora. But if y'all remember, our Gamora got clapped by fall damage, so when Peter simply touches her face, she kicks him in the dick twice. Damn bitch, a simple "that wasn't me" would have sufficed. And to add more insult to injury, she starts clowning him. I felt his balls when I kicked him. This the little me nigga I was finna marry? It was either him or that nigga Groot, girl. We cut back and Hawkeye's being chased by this big gorilla. His name probably some dumbass shit like Cupcake, and his owner be like, "He don't bite, gang, trust." He starts stumping and throwing niggas, so Falcon was like,
"This nigga gonna die."
Pulling up and impaling the Chitauri gorilla in his chest, and bro is somehow still alive, so he said,
"Here go 2 more for y'all."
Stabbing him again in the chest, killing him. So let me get y'all some context really quick. The Avengers are trying to get the Infinity Stones away from Thanos and his army and take them back to Ant-Man's van so the stones can be returned to their original timelines. So they start playing a deadly game of catch me if you can to hide the stones. We cut and Thanos slices bro in half, and Corvus Claves kills another Asgardian. Damn, Thor, at this point just apologize. I know his bio finna be looking like a cemetery with all his dead homies in there. And here goes Squidward again with his dick riding. "Oh, your highness, the nigga with the shitty mohawk got the stones." But even though Clint Barber was clearly pulling pranks on bro, this ain't 2013, my nigga. He starts wiping out anybody getting in his way running to the fan. And I must have spoken too soon, because a bunch of Outriders appear, but out of nowhere, my guy Black Panther drops down telling him to hand over the gauntlet. Clint must have remembered when he ate those 2 explosions and was turning his ribs into fried rice, because he instantly passed it over to him. And when I tell y'all the aura of Black Panther is unmatched, as well as his boxing, running in, kick, weaves the grab, and the beam jumping up, slamming bro into the ground. I can tell you right now, bro playing for the wrong Panthers, but it doesn't get any better for these NPCs. Kick, coming down, cutting the other one, and runs in, hitting one with a flying knee, coming down with a kinetic blast, laying them all out. But Thanos was just sitting over there hate watching like,
"Get that nigga out of here."
Throwing his double-edged sword at him, laying him out, and he drops the gauntlet. But y'all remember how Thanos ripped Vision's guts out and left him to die? Well, Wanda didn't forget any of that, been holding in straight pain and agony, because she drops down just as Thanos is about to grab the gauntlet, and she starts telling him how he took everything away from her, but he just like, "Bitch,
Who are you?
But she tells him he's finna find out. Yeah, talk that talk, Wanda. Call him pussy. Wanda uses her magic, picking up the rubble, trying to squish him like a bug, but he breaks out of both. But Wanda starts moving like Superman when he realizes you can take one of his punches.
What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.
Blasting him back and throws more energy blast trying to get him down. Thanos is like,
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Whipping out his double-edged sword, which he blocks, but he starts pressing harder and harder. Got her hitting the Kaepernick, but I knew by this look right here, she was finna hit him with the "that don't work." Blasting his sword away, holding him in the air, crushing him, even ripping his swag off. But Thanos definitely not the type to take one for the team and talk to the bitch who looked like she from SeaWorld, because he tells the blank order to rain fire from above, not even caring about friendly fire at all, shooting off 1,000 beams, blasting Wanda away. But not only that, killing the children of Thanos too. So meanwhile, Wanda getting her shit clamped by Thanos, Black Panther runs after the gauntlet, but Squidward uses magic to take it. But for some reason, he peeped this and still jumps up to grab grab it and gets himself grabbed too. Yep, it's undeniable. It's definitely Floyd Mayweather under the mask. But out of nowhere, Spider-Man swings in, taking a gauntlet, flying and stomping on an Outrider, and seeing that he was finna get surrounded like an IG dot, and was like,
your time has come.
Activating instant kill, holding the gauntlet like it's a little baby. But instant kill, more like instant disappointment, because they start surrounding Spider-Man like crazy and he starts screaming to Cap for help. Yup, he's definitely disowned. We come back and Cap throws Mjolnir and he webs onto it, flying up out of there, but gets his web broken by the blast. But Rescue, doing exactly what her name suggests, catches him and throws him to Valkyrie. But we all know Spider-Man always trying to expand his roster. What's good, shorty? They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. But whoever in that ship is a serial dirty macker, blowing Valkyrie and Spider-Man the hell up, but he's able to grab the gauntlet but lands on his back. This is why I said if that radioactive spider even came near me, I'm hitting it with the Heisman stiff arm, because this would have been my last day as Spider-Man, I swear. Spider-Man gets right back up, running to the van, but gets blown up again. Blew my son tentacles off. A couple more limbs and he'll be looking like Rohan Murphy do. But we cut back and Thanos did not come here to play fair, blowing the Avengers the hell up. But out of nowhere, the ship turns its cannons towards the sky. The Avengers up there looking at the sky like,
Who are these niggas?
but it's none other than Captain Marvel taking all of the explosions, flying straight into the carrier ship, blowing it the hell up. She stops world farming and comes down to get the gauntlet from Spider-Man, and he looking at the absolute God Squad that Thanos done put together and was like, go ahead, big bro, you got it. But this scene right here gonna have all the DL niggas tight, because all the female Avengers pull up to take on Thanos' army. I remember me and my cousin at the movie theater hyped for this moment, just for niggas to call it the birth of the MCU.
And we ain't never worried about no female. Bros over hoes, man. All I need is the guy, man. We locked in. Look at that heart.
Just say you don't like women, bro. Wanda and Pepper blast the front lines away, making sure they secure their spot in hell right alongside Walt Disney. And Gamora runs in, slicing LeBron James in the armpit. But here's what surprised me. Okoye weaves Corvus Glaive, slamming him down on his shit. This is the same man who was frying an Infinity Stone holder. We need some nerdy, lame ass nigga to come and power scale her. Wanda holds up one ship while Valkyrie flies in, slicing the other one from head to tail, which opens up an Eddie Murphy sized gap in the battlefield, so Captain Marvel can get the stones to the van, blowing up the ships in her way. But as she closes in on the van, Thanos is there to stop her. But that ain't no problem at all, because Shuri, Rescue, and Wasp all pull up with that chopper, blasting Thanos all the way back, got him eating dirt. But what Thanos say? I'm inevitable? Well, yeah, he was right, because just as Captain Marvel was about to get the stones home, Thanos throws his sword, destroying the time machine, blasting everything and everyone back. But wait, there's more. Because the Infinity Gauntlet is now in the middle of the battlefield, it's right for anyone's taking. We cut back and Iron Man throws an Outrider body off of him, peeping the gauntlet is there, and Thanos tries to get it but tackles him, but gets elbowed back to the ground. It's clear Thanos trying to treat the Avengers like little bro, so they was like,
we're not your little niggas, like for real. All that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies.
Thor pulling up next, Knee and Thanos move that hand and cuts the armor, throwing his hammer trying to grab the gauntlet, but gets grabbed too, and tries to use the same move he used when he killed Thanos, but that spamming shit don't work, and guessing by Thor build, you way out of your prime, twin. Getting blocked, but Thor calls in Mjolnir to apply pressure and try and decapitate Thanos, but it just isn't working. So Cap jumps in, grabbing Thanos to push him into Stormbreaker to kill him, but he like,
man, this nigga trash.
Slapping Stormbreaker and Mjolnir away, headbutt, and just grabs Cap by the head, throwing him, knocking his ass out in one punch. Bro was fiending for the stone so much he didn't even want to stand up, crawling like a primate and grabbing it. But how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Stop wasting time trying to talk, as Captain Marvel stumps on his knee right in a weave, grabbing, blasting him, and she making Thanos look like a scrub right now, which only makes him even more angry, getting punched. And she reaches for the gauntlet, which he grabs, throwing her away, and is finally able to put on the gauntlet. But surprise, surprise, Captain Marvel comes back in, which wasn't predictable at all. Oh wow, another trash double XL, grabbing him before he can snap his fingers, trying to pull off the gauntlet, and it's working. So he tries to headbutt her, but she just eats it. Clearly, when she got hit with the blast from the Tesseract that gave her powers, there must have been traces of Rihanna DNA in there, pushing Thanos to the ground. And just as she's about to destroy the gauntlet, he grabs the Power Stone, rocking her shit, sending her flying out of frame. It's getting bad, bro. Every other Avenger is taking a dirt nap, but it's only one man man in this entire army that decides to stand up and do something about it. Doctor Strange tells Iron Man that this is the 1 in 14th million chance, and he already knew what had to be done. As Thanos is powering up, Iron Man grabs the gauntlet, getting me, blocks the punch, but gets backhanded away, and it's over. No one can stop Thanos. He's simply just that guy. Snapping his fingers, but nothing works. He over here looking at it like it's malfunctioning, but when he turns the gauntlet around, he sees that the stones are no longer there, and it's none other than Iron Man that has them. Before, Thanos was talking about some "I am inevitable," so Iron Man says the line, "I am Iron Man," snaps his fingers, turning the entire Black Order and Thanos' army into dust. He over here looking around, seeing he failed and all his people dying like, bodies. But Thanos knew he was going straight to hell too. First class tickets please, as he turns into dust, fading into nothing. But Iron Man done did it, saving the MCU, showing that when it came down to the line, he would be the man to make the sacrifices, dying in the arms of the people he loved. And RIP the GOAT, man. Should have been Ant-Man or some shit.